All right, guys, Frank Visionary here. So, I want to bring you guys the raw, the grit, the real. So, we've been bringing out these videos showing you guys content, trying to educate a little bit, tell you about the Mind Flip workshop, etc., etc. Told you a little bit about my story, but really that was just a big cap of my story. Those that know me, those that follow close, they're looking for the realness. They know the stories that are there. We have a whole lot of them. I come from rough beginnings, guys, so I'm going to give it. So here we go. Instead of wasting time too, and I don't want to throw everybody as far as bouncing all around, I'm going to take it from really, to me, the beginning to what made a big impact on me. So I think everybody knows what they know and they know what they're around. So that translates to everybody, in my opinion, including myself. So take back to a young Frank, 10, 11, 12. Everything around me at the time was drugs, gangs, violence, baggy clothes, tagging, you name it. That's what I saw. Poverty. Everybody was poor. That's what I do remember, man. Nobody had any money. The people that did have money, the only way I saw them having the money realistically was they were hustling. And when I say hustling, they were putting in that groundwork. Anybody from the streets knows it's drugs. That's just what I saw. So my sales game started from a young influence of seeing people above me, a lot older than me, buying and flipping, double up. So you're gonna buy something and you're gonna sell it for a marked up price and keep that going. So that honestly hit home for me. 13 years old, guys. So 13 years old, I'm in 7th grade. No, I'm in 8th grade, mind you. I'm in 8th grade and I see a big opportunity in front of me. Let's be real honest. So those of you guys that could look back in 8th grade, some of you guys maybe not, but I think most of you guys, I'm 35 years old. So a lot of you guys can probably relate, and even honestly, older audiences, this doesn't segregate anybody. There was a lot of drugs going on. So 8th grade, I'm going to Benton Middle School in La Mirada, California. And I remember there's a huge drug problem. All the kids my age, big majority of them, big majority of them, I'd say 40%, to be quite honest, were either dabbling in pills. Weed was a big one. That was just like, it's the early stages. So pills and weed, whatever people can get their hands on. So me, myself, I can get my hands on everything. So again, I saw an opportunity. I saw a window of opportunity for myself to where, okay, I've seen now for years how people are doing it close to me. They're buying in bulk, they're splitting it up, and they're selling it in smaller batches, and they're making money. So what I did is I went for it. So I went in, bought my first half ounce off of a cousin, and half ounce of weed, guys. Figured out how to get a little scale from the local Norwalk swap meet, little handheld nickel bag scale at the time. So we're taking it way back. And I started bagging up that half and selling $5 baggies to kids at school. This was 8th grade. I'm 13 years old. So again, I say product of your environment, and I say you are what you know, because would I have known anything outside of that? Would I be sitting there thinking to capitalize on the kids at my school that are looking to get weed? I'll tell you, not a lot of kids my age at that time were looking to sell it. They were looking to buy it, and they were looking to buy it, and everybody they could buy it from was older than us, the reality. So again, how do you come from that kind of beginning where the only thing you see around yourself is drugs, gangs, violence, poverty, and then to get out of it, to get here, right? So now, not selling drugs, we have multi-million-dollar business, we are successful today, we've overcome, but it took me a long time. It took me a long time to figure it out. And why? It's because you are what you know. And what I knew at that time of my life, from a young age, and I was 13, is I knew People around me that had any kind of money, and I'm not talking now I look back at it and laugh. People around me that had any kind of money they were hustling to get it. And I remember seeing the people that were working and they weren't making that kind of money, so it didn't intrigue me. But I didn't know business owners. I didn't know investing. I'm 13 years old. And again, I'm going to put out these little clips, and this is just a taste. This is just a taste of the beginnings, because I think there's a lot of you guys that can connect to that and say, you know what, that does make sense. Dang, that's my surrounding right now. That's my family. That's my friends right now. I don't know. I can't answer it for you, but I know time changes, but honestly, the things don't necessarily, as far as people that come from poverty. This video is not going to be for everybody. Not everybody can connect to this video. But in time, you will see other videos that we get into where I did attend college, where I did do this, where I did do that, where other people are going to be able to connect to. But I got to be realistic, and I want to give the story from the beginning. What made me? What made me who I am today, and how did I get here? And I want to say where I even started getting to know sales was not in a positive note. It came from the streets. It came from hustlers and gang members and people that at the time I looked up to, but looking back today, I was just led down the wrong path. There was no level of success that was going to take me down that path. But again, I did that for years. We'll dive into more stories, guys. But again, this is just a taste of a 13-year-old Frank visionary and what I was doing at the time, that maybe some of you guys can be like, that's what I'm doing right now, or that's what my buddy's doing, or a cousin or family, whatever it may be. And you can be like, oh my, there's hope. There's hope, light at the end of the tunnel. You are what you know, as to why I push education. I'm pushing education, guys, down your guys' throat. And I'm not talking about your typical school you go to right now. I'm talking about real education on the fundamentals of finances, on investing, on pulling yourself out of the gutter and making something of your life. We all come from something, guys. I came from shit, let me tell you. But it doesn't mean we have to stay there, you know? That doesn't mean you have to stay there. Let's get it.